I've played War Thunder for almost 10 years.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to, War Thunder again.
And on exactly a month from today, I become a 10-year veteran.
Flash!
So join me
Dev server for 1.69.
Let's see who's going to go splash with Ash first.
as we explore some of my favourite vehicles. Look what you've done!
What's happening?
What? I'm in a 1930s fucking bomber! Buy my decal. G'day, I'm Ash, welcome back to War Thunder. Specifically, this time I've nearly reached my 10-year anniversary. And I've been talking about playing the game for all 10 years for at least a year now, so it's about time that we reach that period where we actually get started and take a look at some of my favourite vehicles in War Thunder. And I decided on a whim that we'd actually make a small series and just talk about some of the rarest vehicles, and we play those. So every couple of days there's going to be a video, so subscribe, because I don't want you to miss out on some of the strange things that have been happening, at least recently. Anyway, this is the M8A1 GMC, the gun motor carriage. It is one of the earliest event vehicles known to War Thunder's history, and we're going to go over some quirky features of this vehicle. Specifically, it is a glass cannon, it doesn't have very much armour, the speed of it is incredibly quick, and it has a Sherman gun, which means it's very potent at 2.7. It's called the Mini Hellcat, or the Baby Hellcat, for a reason. It is one of the first American tank destroyers introduced into War Thunder in general, and it has an M72 shot and M61. Generally speaking, you want to use the M61 and not what I've got selected there. That's fine. Essentially, what you get is a Stuart with a M8 turret and a long-barreled gun. As you see, I've decked this thing out completely. Internals are quite fantastic and all. 3 crew in the turret and 1 in the hull. Again, it's a very, very versatile vehicle and highly, highly worth looking at, especially considering it sits just here in the tech tree, and as you can see there, it's from the winter event from 2014 to 2015, and it's possibly one of the rarest vehicles that you could possibly attain, although they've only sold it occasionally, specifically in the Warbond shop and a couple of other times. So it's a particularly rare vehicle, particularly sought after too, and people are terrified of this because the people who own this usually are your 10-year, 12-year veterans, and they absolutely do immense damage in these things. Myself personally, as a horrible player, I don't do so well, but we're going to showcase a couple of clips for today, and hopefully you enjoy. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. One of the things that strikes me about this machine is its great versatility. It doesn't have it's basically a glass cannon, as all light tanks tend to be of this current BR. And playing on snow maps, does anyone else not like snow maps? I just despise snow maps for some reason. Finland's an okay map. It's a bit of a League of Legends corridor sort of focused map, and that's what most War Thunder maps tend to be. But look at the speed of this thing, doing 46 k's an hour, despite there being at least a few centimetres of good, thick, heavy snow before getting to at least, I think, mud. And we're just following the main road in here. The objective, I don't know. I kind of just want to experience the full factor of this vehicle, as I've only just sort of started playing it. I haven't really, I can't remember when I acquired this vehicle. I think it was last year during one of my content creator vehicle requests. Anyway, I know there's a vehicle over here somewhere, I just can't necessarily pin down where. Some sort of light vehicle went behind these vehicles. I must have missed it already. Anyway, we're going to push up, so I don't really want to miss out on capping a point, because that'll allow us to get some more spawn points just in case we die. So away we go. Just checking the area. Right. Seems to be a couple of vehicles up ahead. Okay, friendly's going left. Just going to position ourselves ready to go. Friendly's already spotted out Panzer 3, which we won't be able to push just yet until we cap the point, and there is a B1, which I need to deal with very immediately. I'm surprised he didn't shoot me first. Anyway, one straight through the turret there, and apparently it knocks out his whole entire tank, so there is the first strike. Then we've got the cap on the point, and now you push forward and you ambush your enemies. One thing you've got to watch out for is the gun rocking backwards and forwards as you're starting and stopping, because the suspension on this thing isn't exactly the greatest, but I really quite enjoy this machine. I'm going to hold the center position for a little bit. We'll see what happens next. There might be a couple more vehicles, I'm not entirely sure. Southwest is supporting me in his endeavour to become the best light tank driver ever. And he got killed by an SU-5-1, which I spotted just before. So I'm going to hit on him. Aim up. There we go. Now I should probably pull back as soon as possible. And then there seems to be an ally who has spotted a vehicle over here, so I'm going to get the kill on this one. What is it? Some sort of Japanese tank. I'm not entirely sure what it is. A Chiha Kai. A very, very good little tank, I must admit. Anyway, he's down. Let's see what else is up here. If we can get a 5 kills. Oof. It would have been nice to be able to get those 2 kills there. SBD-3 kind of saved me from what was coming up from behind, but nice to sit here and wait for enemies, but that looks like that's not going to happen. Air cover, my boys. It's a wonderful thing as the tickets slowly start draining. There's a couple of tanks up there. You can see them moving in the tree line just where my cursor is. And there are a couple more vehicles out there, but that's a stug. Yeah, never mind. Moving on to the next map. We've got Panzer IV. Very versatile tank. You can wait for the gun to stabilise. And rushing back into town, there is a friendly that needs to be flipped over. This thing doesn't have enough engine power on its own, and I'm not exactly in the greatest position to try and flip him over, so I'll have to get some help from this 105 as we sort of pull him back and try and rock him. Come on, Sean. Get a lock on. Get your tow hitch on. Teamwork makes the dream work, buddy. Come on. Can we actually get locked on? Yeah, that's it. And pull. There we go. Pull him directly over like that, and he's been flipped over. Teamwork makes the dream work. They're dead. Oh! I got a bomb kill and a air kill in the same. Oh, that's going in the video. Splash. Oh no! No, not the friendly fire! Oh, come on! And with that, we spawn on a fresh map with a fresh idea. Southwest is spawned at the A point, and I'm spawned at the C point. Essentially, we're going to go converge on the B point and hopefully terrorise the living daylights out of the enemy team. With the mobility here, we are potentially going to be the first to arrive at the B point, so hopefully there isn't any enemies nearby. And yeah, the mobility is fantastic. This vehicle is pretty good. It comes with artillery as well. No scouting, although the 50 caliber gun on the top of this thing does wonders. And you'll see that in action probably during this particular clip. Well, the thing I do like about this thing is you can just do so much versatile stuff. But it is an incredibly lightly armed vehicle, and while its mobility is its strong suit, you know, taking a round from any vehicle is rather a risky approach. So, I'm going to head towards the B point. Not entirely sure what is there. There is a BT-7M rushing the B point, and my colleague and friend are also heading towards the B point, so we'll see what really happens to the B point. Although, considering it's a big, interesting point on Normandy, it's one of the only sort of iconic landmarks in War Thunder that represents World War I. Sort of a big Zeppelin sort of a hangar, I believe it is. And we're just going to sort of chill. Oh, Sark's put one shot into me, but we put an M61 straight down his middle section, knocking out all of his crew. I'm going to pull back because we did take some minor damage there, and that is a bit of a bad thing. There was another vehicle, I think, over that direction. But considering that the B point is no longer being captured, there is definitely an enemy inside this cap zone somewhere. It's not necessarily... Oh, there he is. Swing the gun around. Goodbye, the Daimler Mark 1. Fun vehicle that is, or is it Mark II? One of those little 40mm armed British armoured cars, which is a fun one. Alright. And then we've still got another member of the enemy team in the B point somewhere. Can't necessarily see which direction that particular person is. Sometimes they're over in the bushes, sometimes they're over in all sorts of places. Apparently they're behind a bit, so just going to chill here for a second. and survey the surroundings, because this is a good area to really sort of get shots on as people approach the cap zone. But also that, it's a pretty good place to sort of look for aircraft and observe what's going on. So, first of all, capping the point, just double checking my surroundings. Again, very nice to get that commander back in action, so that way I can actually utilise the 50 caliber gun on top, which is the most important feature potentially to this vehicle. You can do absolutely everything with that mounted 50 caliber on the top, and it's one of my favourite features, particularly of this vehicle. The Sherman gun's nice, but being again a glass cannon really makes this vehicle a bit tricky to use. Alright, my commander's back. Let's see if we can get a pilot snipe on this guy. Look at the angle of attack. Right, he's coming in to bomb, but unfortunately that V156 will bomb no more. And with that, let's push on. Hang on, what's he doing in the middle of the field? That little light guy over there. Just sitting in the field, just doing nothing. Little Paul Stewart, just doing absolutely nothing. Poor bugger. Oh, there's a stug over here. One shell. Get a critical hit. Let's just aim up a bit. Again, my aiming is a bit wonky. My eyesight's a bit off as well. Second shot. Maybe a third shot will do. Hopefully we'll get a third shot on him. Oh, no, we're not going to use a loader. Okay, well, it looks like he just J'd out anyway. So 3 shots will do. There's a couple of other vehicles as well. I can just see there's like tiny clouds of smoke in between. South's in danger. Got shot by something. I can't see it. He spotted it. Right, that shell didn't do anything. Alright, let's give it a rat-a-tat of the machine gun and see where it is. And we're just going to aim dead center there, and we're pretty bloody lucky with that. That is our 3rd kill? 5th kill? Not sure. Who knows? Who's counting at this stage? This is why it's always good to double check your surroundings, because there is a poor A13 up here. Well, we've got all 3 caps, so there's no way they're clawing this back on Normandy. Because the 13 Mark II. Multi-strike ×4, there you go. And there seems to be a vehicle down here which I'm going to miss, and my squad mate manages to kill. Yeah, good game. Rather quick one at that. So yeah, that's the kind of things you can expect to see with this vehicle. It's just a quick, nimble, flanking and, cap zoning sort of monster. I could do better, but that's probably going to be the best that I'll be able to do, considering it is ground forces. Do you like this vehicle? Is it one of your favourites? Do you want to obtain one of these? Well, they do occasionally sell on the marketplace for insanely ludicrous sort of prices. But I'm glad I've got this vehicle. Do you like this vehicle? And if so, what would you do if you owned one? Anyway, thank you very much for watching today's video. I appreciate everyone for being here. Thank you to all the channel memberships and to everyone else who's joined the Discord recently and everything else. So I don't know what else is there to say. Oh yeah, subscribe as well. I don't often say that in my videos. That's a matter of principle. I don't ask people to subscribe, but I'm going to, considering that we're going to be doing a video every couple of days on some of the rarest vehicles that you can obtain in War Thunder. So stick around and let me know what you want me to cover in the comments down below. Right, I'm Ash. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.